Welcome back to 7 Studio Avenue. Today we have two new people with us. Want to introduce yourselves?
Yes, my name is Brian Johnson, and I will be directing this episode.
Is that so? Well, let me introduce myself. I am Tyler Murray, your wonderful actual host for this episode. You don't bring me on and then expect me not to run the show.
We're very excited to have them. This is Jalen as always. I just want to mention before we start our podcast today to follow us on Twitter at 7Studio Ave, and you can visit our website at 7studioave.weebly.com. There you can subscribe to our mailing list and give us recommendations on what we should talk about or maybe how we would redesign our website in some way.
Alright, so tell me, Jalen, what are we talking about this week?
Okay, so first I want to start off with a small Marvel announcement, then we're going to move into Dragon Ball Super. This episode is going to be mainly focused on Dragon Ball Super. Okay, so Marvel recently announced that they'll be releasing a Fantastic Four comic. I don't read the Marvel comics that much, but apparently that is big news. They haven't had a comic in a while. So yeah, look forward to seeing that next week, possibly, or in our next episode when Logan and Jeffrey are here. We can talk more about that. Okay, now to move into Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super officially ended with episode 131, and we're going to start off by reviewing that episode. Where do we start? Okay, do you want to start this, Tyler?
Well, I mean, it depends on if you want to go at it from a linear fashion. But, I don't remember what happened in what order in that episode. So I'm just going to go over some of the best parts.
Okay.
Goku x Frieza Machina. That's some spicy stuff.
Yeah, it's very nice to see Goku and Frieza fight together. It was interesting to see.
Curious to see how their relationship will develop in the future, should they choose to continue Dragon Ball Super, which I'm assuming they will, because...
On that news, actually, I have to say, I found an article saying that Toei Animation dedicated a whole division in their studio just for Dragon Ball stuff. So there is a chance for either a series or several movies in the future.
I mean, when you think about it from a business perspective, there's no way they can't continue.
I know, they're making so much money on it. Yeah.
So many monies.
We get a little end credit, not really end credit, but towards the end of the show we get a little clip foreshadowing a little bit of the movie that comes out in December. We learn that Goku cannot enter Ultra Instinct at will. He has to be pushed to his limits. And that Frieza is back, and he says that he's the Emperor of the Universe again. So that should be interesting to see.
Let's see what Bears has to say about that.
Oh no, that's gonna be
Android 17 made the great wish of wishing for all the universes to come back. So we may see many of those characters that were wished back in future movies. That'll be very interesting to see.
And since he wished for all of the erased universes to come back, that's pretty much just almost guaranteeing that, was it 13 through 18?
Something about like that, I think.
Something like that. They're going to come back, and then, big scary bad guy. Never seen anything like it before.
Yeah.
Gotta go even further beyond Ultra Instinct.
Imagine if we get to see Jiren and Goku team up in the future. That'd be very interesting.
Ultra Instinct.
Imagine if we get to see them fuse in the future.
Oh gosh,
that would be
look terrible.
Fusion.
Imagine that. Imagine Jiren with Goku's hair.
He's half bald. Like there's this huge cutout on his head.
Gosh.
Nothing.
Good
What
lord,
would look even scarier is if it's Goku, but with gray skin and those big black eyes.
Oh,
that'd be terrifying.
no.
How do you think Jiren would use the Batara earrings? Like, because he has like.
Oh,
this,
yeah.
He
doesn't really have.
He doesn't really have ears. Yeah.
Maybe put it on his nose.
His nose, right?
But all right. So you put them on your ears and you fuse like half and half. But if Jiren puts it on his nose, does that mean like what would the combination of Jiren and Goku be called?
It would just be bad. I don't even know. It'd be some mutated being like
Girin.
They would die.
Joku. I don't know. I guess Joku.
Yeah, that sounds the best.
Like, or if he puts it on his nose and Goku puts it on his ear, it's like there'll be two faces.
Oh gosh.
One's facing like to the right and one's facing forward. Ooh.
Yikes.
I was happy to see at the very end when Goku was turning Super Saiyan. I thought that was really cool. It's nice to see Super Saiyan again after the original Super Saiyan, after all of these different transformations that Goku has had over the years.
Kind of remind me. All right, did you ever see the Lord Slug movie?
I did, but I haven't seen it. I saw it a long time ago, so I don't really remember that much.
I don't know if I ever saw the original. I saw the Team 4-star version, which
the best version.
It's when you get to like the old movies like that, sometimes it's just better to watch the abridged versions.
Yeah, that's true.
So, do you know about like the false Super Saiyan in that?
Yeah, I know about that. Where like his eyes turn like white for a second, and you see like the yellow aura, but he doesn't actually change.
Instead of it was a coloring issue or something. That he was meant to actually be Super Saiyan, but
interesting.
But instead they like made him red.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
So that kind of like when I saw him doing his little pop in and out of Super Saiyan thing, I sort of that sort of reminded me of that. I just saw something interesting. Doesn't really matter too much because nobody knows that movie, and you probably don't need to know that movie.
Yeah.
But it's a nice little callback. Maybe, probably not, but I assume it is.
It could be. Yeah, and then so Android 17, he makes the right wish, as I said. Gets and we learned that Zeno-sama, if someone had not made, I'm not sure if it was that specific wish or if it was just a selfish wish.
Oh yeah,
then
he would
everyone would have been erased. And I wonder if that means even the tournaments that didn't join the Tournament of Power. I'm not sure.
I don't know. When they say selfish wish, I'm assuming they mean like, from their perspective, anything other than wishing back all the universes.
That's true.
That
would probably be considered selfish. But I don't.
Yeah. So, and eventually, I was thinking this the whole time. We see that he gets his huge ship, his huge cruiser from Bulma.
Right.
And I was thinking that the whole time. I knew from the beginning that why don't you just ask Bulma for it? Because everyone knows that Bulma's rich and she can pretty much do anything.
She's also
the Bill
very
Gates
smart.
She's the Bill Gates of Dragon Ball. So
I mean, really though, if you're her friend and she likes you, you're pretty much set for life.
That's true.
Because I mean, by extension, you also have all of the Z fighters.
Oh yeah,
that's true. All right. I think we see a huge character development in that episode for Jiren, and other than that, I think
he sort of
he changes for once.
he popped out of the gates in the last few episodes. Because I mean, prior to that, it's just been like, ooh, big scary fella.
Yeah, we didn't know anything about him.
And a lot of people were complaining about that because he's not a very convincing villain. But he's.
I mean, he's not truly. he's not truly a villain.
Like he's still fighting for like his planet not to be erased, which is what.
Yeah, he was never a villain.
I know, but like
I personally liked him.
Yeah, I liked him.
Opponent to Goku. A lot of people were complaining about that because they didn't feel any sort of conviction. They couldn't sympathize with him.
That's
true. But all the sympathy you need is knowing that if he doesn't fight, he's going to die.
Yeah.
And who wants to do that?
Yeah. Okay, so I think we're going to move now to... we're going to talk about our favorite moments. We're going to rank our favorite moments from Dragon Ball Super as a whole. I'll start this off. I have 8 moments. And I'm going to start with my lowest and then get to my number 1. So I'm going to start with when Goku turns Super Saiyan Blue and goes Kaioken versus Hit. That's my 8th. My 7th is when we see Vegito Super Saiyan Blue fight against Zamasu. Afterwards, when Frieza returns yet again to become a member of Universe 7. I thought that episode was great. Really good animation. And it was fun to see Frieza return and just kill a bunch of people, which, I mean, it's bad, but it was pretty badass. So, then I also liked my next favorite moment was when Vegeta turns Super Saiyan Blue Evolution and destroys Topo.
Such a stupid name.
We can talk about that in a little bit. My next favorite moment was the first appearance of Ultra Instinct. That was a very hyped up episode, and I enjoyed that a lot. After that, above that, is Goku versus Kefla. That was awesome. First time I feel like we really get to see Ultra Instinct in action, in my opinion. And My second favorite moment was the mastering of Ultra Instinct. That episode was amazing. I love the idea when Whis was narrating as Goku was fighting. We have the music in the background, and Goku's getting completely immersed in the battle. That was an awesome moment for me. And finally, my favorite moment, and it might just be because this is the most recent moment in my memory, is Goku, Frieza, and Android 17 versus Jiren. I just thought that was really fun to see them all just fight it out to the end, and to see Frieza and Goku work together was just really cool for me. I've always loved Frieza as a character. So, yeah, those are my top 8 moments of Dragon Ball. Brian, do you want to tell us your top favorite moments?
I have not fully watched Super. I've only really watched the Tournament of Power, so these are my top moments of the Tournament of Power. One of my favorite ones was when Ribirion got eliminated because she was definitely taking up too much screen time, and not a lot of people were...
No, you didn't enjoy her?
Not many were big fans of that. I mean, she got like 7 episodes, probably more, and it was just increasingly annoying to see that person.
When Ribirion was... When I figured out that she was wished back with the Super Dragon Balls, I was disappointed. I became sad. I was happy, and then I saw Universe 3, and I was like, oh gosh.
I mean, at least
erase them again, please.
At least she was...
Her ending like fight was actually good, but before that she just ran around, did stupid things, and took up screen time, and it was annoying.
Exactly.
It was so bad.
That's why she's on my on my list.
I know it's like supposed to be subversive with the way she transformed from like the pretty Animu girl into the big Animu girl. But you know, I think, well, it's kind of the point, but I just kind of found her base form more appealing overall. But so, you know, I thought it was neat to see her back in that. Anyways,
that's true.
Brian, back to you.
Okay. So that was one of my top favorite moments. Another one of my top favorite moments was when Goku had achieved Ultra Instinct again. I believe this was for the second time when he was fighting Kefla. And he had he was about to hit her with a Kamehameha, but he ended up sliding on top of Kefla's beam and launching the Kamehameha in her face.
That was satisfying.
That was one of the best moments I've ever seen. Not only did it was so satisfying, and then they also repeated it again throughout the series. Like, it was just back to back to back moments from different angles, and it was just so amazing to see. Like, not just like Goku flying through the air and doing, you know, what Goku does, launching Kamehamehas in people's faces, but to see it like in that style and against a new character like Kefla, it was just by far one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. And that's why it's one of my top favorite moments. My other top favorite moment is when Toppo completely destroys Frieza.
Yeah.
God, Toppo destroys Frieza. I think by far one of the best moments was when Frieza was in his base. Well, not technically his base form, but like his other form instead of the gold one.
I think it's technically his base form.
I mean, yeah, but like based on like the Frieza saga.
Yeah, I think it's
getting into the deep Dragon Ball lore.
Yeah.
I think Frieza like repressed his power, and that's how he got.
Yeah, I
to,
heard
like,
about that too.
The horny quotation marks.
I heard about that as well, and that's why. Because they say he never trained a day in his life until he trained to attain Golden Frieza. Mm-hmm. So there was no way he would have gotten those forms without training, meaning he did suppress his power, which is interesting.
Okay. So anyway, yeah, when base form Frieza gets completely destroyed by God Toppo, which is it was absolutely amazing. Like, not just to see like the new transformation in Toppo, but to see Frieza get beat so badly to the point where I thought he was gonna die, in all honesty. Or just like he didn't even get tossed up. Like, the whole match, this man never leaves. Like, he just disappears for 2 seconds, but he never falls off. which is like, it's amazing. But also, I think one of the most disrespectful moments in that series was when he was about to unleash like this crazy energy ball, but then all Toppo did was launch the smallest Hakai ball you've ever seen in your life right at it. It completely obliterates it, and it's just like, it's the end for Frieza at that moment.
I think my favorite moment in that fight was when Toppo just dashes right at Frieza and then punches him in the stomach, and Frieza just his wing is knocked out. And I think everyone, when they saw that, went, "Oh!" Like everyone, yeah, it was a good episode.
All right. My second most favorite moment was when Jiren beats Goku for the first time. Now, I know some people are like, "Oh my God, no, Goku lost." No, that was absolutely amazing. That fight was honestly one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. Not only because, like, you know, the animation style was great for it, but to see Goku lose and have to come back and become stronger, I think it was one of the main focal points in that series, because one of the main points in the series because it showed like one day. And my most favorite moment was the Mastered Ultra Instinct have the energy ball he had from Jiren and crush it in front of him.
Dragon Ball Super.
Alright, so I have some, and since I've seen the whole series, was the build up, and in the future Bulma dies, he comes back.
It's pretty good they did with that.
Nobody knows, is Zamasu Goku Black? I don't know. Yeah, journey towards the truth. So, you know, it was interesting to see Beerus, and, you know, to start off that arc. You know, it's sort of started lowering in quality once like the time travel started getting a little iffy. Mm-hmm. Like there was a lot of it.
That's true.
Yeah, after they figured out pretty much everything. And then, you know, at the very end, when Trunks kills Zamasu, oh no, he didn't really kill Zamasu. And then Zeno has to kill Zamasu, but who knows? Maybe Zeno's infected by Zamasu. Ooh, get those conspiracy theorists off. Oof. Anyways, moving on to number 4. If I had to pick a number 4, it'll probably be the match between Goku and Hit, the very first one. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, we've seen like the ability to stop time and hold people and objects in places before with, you know, freaking Guldo.
Yeah, I would say that fight was because we had already seen Battle of Gods and Resurrection of F.
That too. Like this is the first new thing.
This is like the true start of Super, and I felt like that fight was it was very satisfying to see as a Dragon Ball fan. See that they were actually taking the series in a good place. So,
and like at the end of it, when Champa and Beerus are getting all like, "Ooh, you're just pawns in our game." It was pretty satisfying to see Zeno come in and be like, "Excuse me, who are you talking to?"
Yeah. See Beerus and Champa so afraid. That was pretty cool.
It's like, you know, kind of getting what they deserve. All right. If I had to choose number 3, it would probably be the first time, like the very first transformation of Goku into Ultra Instinct, when he's using the Spirit Bomb and it turns into a black hole. Because, I mean,
what isn't awesome about that moment?
Not only does
it
look awesome, but like, you don't know what's going on. If you disregard like all the commercials and
on top of it, Ultra Instinct was different from any other form we saw before because usually it would just be a straight up power increase.
That's right.
And this time it was more of, it just changed his whole fighting style, And that was pretty cool to see, along with the new music that no one was expecting.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome.
I think the music was like one of the best touches out of that whole form. Like, it was just wonderful.
Yeah.
Not only that, but like the whole form itself. Like, it didn't just change like his hair; it changed like his whole body, which I thought was really
His whole
nice.
demeanor, like it like murdered his personality.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's true. Until that actually surprised me at the end when he got mad at Jiren. In episode 130 and attacked him because Jiren attacked his friends. That surprised me because I thought he was supposed to be so immersed in the battle, and that's how Ultra Instinct worked, that him focusing on something else like his friends wouldn't really like happen. But it was still a cool moment to see him get mad at Jiren and destroy him.
I don't know. We don't really know like all the inner workings of Ultra Instinct because I mean, we've had like Super Saiyan for so long, and
that's true.
There's been so much media about it that we've pretty much learned all we can learn about it.
All right, let's hear your second favorite
two.
moment.
All right, so if I had to go for number 2, it'll be the final battle with the whole team up, Goku, 17, and Frieza versus Jiren, because that was just an amazing sequence, amazing animation. It was a cool team up.
Yeah, I feel like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, they're fighting shows, so we expect fighting, but at the same time, I do like the episodes when there's good like character interactions, and the interactions aren't like goofy like filler episodes.
Well, I mean, you need those so that you can have
any type of like
weight behind the fights.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so we got a little bit of that in that episode, like when Goku makes the remark saying that Frieza should know better than that Goku will hold his promise as long as he does. So I thought that was really cool to see. And then they have the fight to back it up. It was great.
You see them working together, you're wondering like, ooh, are they going to be friends now? No, probably not. Frieza still kind of hates Goku.
I'm glad they kept Frieza evil, because in Dragon Ball it's a common theme to have a villain become good, essentially, and I'm glad Frieza's still evil. His character is best done while evil, so.
And, it's it's satisfying. It's so much fan service, but it's I think it's acceptable fan service.
Yeah.
All right, so
fan service can cause for good stories sometimes.
That's true.
Speaking of like villains turning good, Vegeta.
Literally every single.
Is this your
Goku right now?
Is this your favorite moment right here?
All right. So Dragon Ball Super. It's a long series. I can't remember everything from it, but one of the most memorable moments of character development is the battle between Vegeta and Kappa in the first tournament between Beerus and Champa.
That's true.
Because even in Dragon Ball Z, he had while he developed as a character, in the Buu saga, he still turned back evil. Yeah. And then he came out of it again.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Super is the first time we see Vegeta completely good the whole time.
Yeah.
And he like fakes being evil to help Kaba progress, and this is like the first time you're seeing him
show compassion for
take on a pupil. Because even with like Trunks, he doesn't really care too much.
Yeah,
because he's not human. He's not a pure.
He's not pure. Yeah.
Blood.
And this interaction with Kaba, and the whole introduction of the Universe 6 Saiyans as a concept, it really opens up a lot of possibilities for the future of Dragon Ball. Like even the new movie, I think like the villain is supposed to be, or quote unquote villain is supposed to be a some other Saiyan from like an ancient time or something. But I don't know, maybe he's from Universe 6. He has some interesting looking armor. It looks like a combination of Universe 7 and Universe 6. We don't know anything about it yet, but this whole like interaction, it really shows how far Vegeta has come. Because now he has something that, well, he always cared about Bulma and his family and stuff. He would get angry if you ever messed with them. But now he has something that he personally wants to strive for, other than like getting stronger than Goku. He wants to he wants to be someone that somebody else can look up to and aspire to be, and that
a true king. The prince has become a king.
He still calls himself the prince. Why does he do that?
He does that out of respect for his father.
Yeah,
but he hated his father.
But he still does it out of respect.
But he still respects him.
I guess.
So was that your favorite moment, or?
And that was, that's what I have as my favorite moment.
Okay. All right.
I mean, there's probably some debatability behind that. if I were to like, really sit down and think for hours,
it may change. But I think we got a good summary there.
Right.
All right. So we're gonna go through each Dragon Ball. We're gonna go through each Dragon Ball Super saga or story arc, and we're gonna say our favorite characters from each arc. So we have to start with the first one, Battle of Gods. Brian, you want to start us with your favorite character? Oh wait, you haven't seen Battle of Gods. I forgot.
The movie?
Have you seen the show?
Well, no. I mean, the show is just a retelling of
the movie. You can say
the movie.
What's your favorite character from the movie? Then?
Definitely Pilaf. Favorite character.
Pilaf? No, I'd have to say definitely Beerus out of the Battle of the Gods, because like an introduction to like a god of destruction, like that was like completely new to me, and to see like his cat-like features, which is pretty funny, and to see like Wiz behind him and with him the whole time, and knowing that Wiz is still the strongest character, minus Beerus, always fighting, always being in charge, always doing what he's supposed to be doing as a god of destruction. Seeing like his pure power against like Goku's like any form that he would take on, any form that he would try to come up against Beerus. It was just fun to overall watch Beerus not really be phased by it, and just to like keep attacking him, keep going and on and on and on and on. And to see like him just destroy Goku and let him know like, yeah, I'm the most powerful character here.
Beerus is I think that now that I'm thinking about it, I think he is like the only person that Goku has fought and hasn't actually beaten.
Yeah, especially like over time. Like he might come back even stronger, but like
I thought that Dragon Ball Super would end with a rematch between the two. But that didn't happen. Wait, so Brian, are you saying Beerus is your favorite character from that?
From that, yes.
I was gonna say the same thing. Beerus is my favorite character from the Battle of Gods saga. I thought it was nice to see this new character get introduced. Fun fact: Beerus is based off of the creator of Dragon Ball, Akira Toriyama's cat, which is kind of interesting.
He loves his cat. He loves Beerus.
Yeah, anyways, Beerus is pretty awesome. I liked his character overall. Good voice acting from both the Japanese and English actors. So, yeah, he was great. And who's your favorite character from Battle of Gods, Tyler?
I think it's just the general consensus that it's Beerus. He's
Beerus,
the most.
Beerus is a good character.
He has to be, because he's the reason. The introduction of Beerus and the realm of the gods, quotation marks, is the whole reason the rest of Dragon Ball Super even exists. So you kind of have to like him just out of respect for what he brought us afterwards.
True. All right, so now we're gonna move to the next. The next story arc was Revival of F. Or Revival of Frieza, Resurrection of F.
Resurrection F.
Resurrection F.
Not too great in the naming department.
Yeah. Favorite characters from that story arc. I had to think about that for a second, to be honest. I think I'm going to say Vegeta, because this is the first time that he's on par with Goku completely. And if not, at one point, maybe even stronger, to be honest. So I thought that was really nice to see for once. And he has that good moment where he gets revenge on Frieza and just completely annihilates him. So I thought that was awesome. What about you, Tyler?
Almost. He almost got there, but Goku came.
Goku
came in the last second.
That's true.
I don't know. I mean, I think that Resurrection F is just in general kind of a. It's not as good as Battle of Gods. I mean, because no one really developed at all. I mean, Frieza did, I guess, but he's still doing his same old shtick with ooh, silly monkey, I will show you that I am the true power in the universe.
That's true.
And, this funny little moment. He looks over and Beerus is there. He's like, oh, hey, buddy,
Beerus.
All right, so I think we can move on to the next story arc. All right, so next is the Universe 7 versus Universe 6 tournament. There's not really a good name for it. Favorite character from this? For me
I
personally,
think it's just called the Universe 6 arc.
Okay, Universe 6 arc.
Okay.
Favorite character? Easy for me. Definitely Hit. He's one of the best new introduced characters. He was cool from the beginning. His abilities are awesome, and I love it. He's one of my favorite characters of all Dragon
Are you
Ball.
forgetting the OG big yellow Winnie the Pooh guy?
Oh, gosh.
What's his name? Botamo?
Yes.
Oh no.
No, those characters were terrible. The beginning of the
character.
tournament was boring. It was annoying. The Japanese voice acting makes everything sound more dramatic and serious, but I listened to the English dub when it came out for that story arc, and it sounded so corny.
Mageta's voice in the English version.
It sounded so corny, and it was just bad, and I didn't like it. But once you get to Hit, and Kabba's fight was pretty good too, but once you get to Hit, that's when it gets really nice, really fun. Cool story. Do you guys have a different favorite character, or do you agree?
Undoubtedly, I have to agree. Like, Hit is by far one of my favorite characters out of that whole saga. Out of a whole, like, Dragon Ball Z as a whole, like, he's one of the coolest characters I've ever seen. Like,
yeah. Okay. So next story arc, this is where I would say that Dragon Ball Super really starts to get good, and it made me happy that Dragon Ball had come back. The Zamasu saga. It might be called Future Trunks.
it's either
Story arc.
I think it's called the Future Trunks arc.
Yeah, but
It doesn't matter.
doesn't matter. Favorite character from that? For me, I have trouble. I think of the Goku Black on like the unfused version. I thought that was pretty cool. Like Goku Black Super Saiyan Rose, it was pretty awesome. But he does get kind of annoying with how condescending and like like he's annoying. So I'm gonna actually say
kind of the point. But
I'm gonna actually say Trunks on this because Trunks really shined, and I liked him in this story arc.
I'd have to say I do agree that Goku Black's Super Saiyan Rose and like his condescendingness is like it's really bad, but I think like just like overall like power and form and introduction of that character, I think that's what makes him my favorite character. Also like his like extensive like sword thing that he has for an arm, like a beam. Cool. That's pretty cool. Like that's one of my favorite parts of him, like the Super Saiyan Rose, like the new form, like and the new color.
Yeah, not many people. Oh, some people. There's a decent amount of people that know this, but Trunks does technically get a new Super Saiyan form called Super Saiyan Rage, where you see a little bit of that blue aura in him, and when he first gets it, you can see like the white in his eyes. His eyes are all whited out, I guess. White. Yeah. I don't know the term for that. But that was pretty cool to see him get a form specific to him that no one else has.
All right. I think if I'm remembering correctly, he got his power from like sort of like a spear bomb-esque type maneuver where he's calling on people from the present.
No, originally he just got it out of rage, and then I think he like in the end that last scene when he made like the spirit sword. Yeah, that was a pretty cool moment. That's when he got the power from everyone else. But before that, I think it was just his personal rage over basically losing almost every person he loved in his life. So. Oof.
Kind of sucks.
That's rough. I personally, at the end, kind of wanted him to stay in the normal Dragon Ball timeline because I think it would have been cool to see him like in the Tournament of Power. That would have been awesome.
That would have been nice.
Yeah, but
I can't wait to see what goes wrong in the future next.
Oh no.
All right. So then, next this is the last story arc, isn't it? The Universe Survive. What is it, Universe Survival arc or Tournament of Power arc, whatever you want to call it. Favorite character? This is tough. There's a lot of characters.
I think this arc might be like split in half between the recruitment phase and the actual tournament.
True. That's true. So in recruitment, who is your favorite? I know who mine is. I'm gonna say Gohan because when you see Gohan return, that was pretty awesome, and he has a great fight against Goku where he holds his own. All he is Ultimate Gohan, and he holds his own against Goku Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. That's pretty impressive.
It's neat to see Gohan back actually doing Gohan type things.
Right.
That was, that whole entire thing was pretty much just a character development mini arc for a bunch of people.
Yeah, Krillin
Krillin.
17.
I don't know. I think I kind of like Krillin in that arc.
Yeah,
because
that's true. He did that one fight that he had against Goku, where he used the destructive disc was actually a pretty cool fight. I liked that fight a lot.
Was this also the arc where like him and Goku went to Master Roshi to do some
and they're like on the island
or whatever?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that.
Yeah, that's a neat little callback for some like of the more in-depth fans, I guess you could say.
What about you? Oh, also, there's the awesome moment where Frieza comes back. That was a really good episode. The animation was insane, and Frieza was awesome.
That kind of had to be good because it was a lot of people saw it as like a sort of apology for Resurrection F, which a lot of people didn't like.
Yeah. What about you, Ryan? Who is your favorite character during the recruitment phase?
I say it would probably be I'm not gonna lie, it has to be Gohan. Like, to see Gohan's transformation, like, and to see him like training with Piccolo for the Tournament of Power and achieving that other Ultimate Gohan form that we got to see back in the Buu saga, where it's like maybe this time he's not gonna be as cocky, but still like seeing that form again, I think was like one of the best parts of seeing like Gohan develop as a character.
All right, so finally we get to the actual tournament, and I just realized I know exactly who my favorite character is. I'm gonna have to say, actually, before I say my favorite character, I think we should let Tyler talk about his favorite character.
Okay, so we're talking about the best character in the entire arc, of course, and entire franchise, really. Dr. Rota.
Most of you probably don't even know who that is because of that name. So we're gonna actually explain him in a sec.
Well, you see, he looks like a red warthog in a robe, but
and some glasses.
And
he gets kicked out kind of easily,
and he always hypes up himself and his like secret technique, but we never get to see it. I hope one day in Dragon Ball history we get to see the secret technique. Imagine he has something better than Ultra Instinct. Imagine he just like uses the technique and kills all of the angels on the spot. That would be insane.
Oh no!
Him getting knocked out was just a fluke.
Exactly.
But
he let it happen.
He's gonna be the main antagonist.
He's the next Zeno-sama.
He is already. So you know how like you have the power of the Grand Priest and Zeno in comparison is debatable. Because we don't know.
Physical ability, the priest is stronger, but overall power, it's Zeno-sama because he can just erase anyone.
But you know, like Toribot. Do you know who that is?
No, I do not.
Toribot is the personification of Akira Toriyama in the Dragon Ball universe.
Oh, I do know who that is actually.
So he is the end all be all. Dr. Rota
open up the
is more powerful than Toribot. See, Dr. Rota could he could obliterate Toribot just by the mentioning of his name. So you don't want to mess with him.
I'm gonna say, on a more serious note, my favorite character.
What are you talking about?
But I'm sorry, I insulted Tyler. That was seriously his favorite character.
Mm-hmm.
By far, my favorite character in the Tournament of Power arc was Android 17. He is the GOAT. He did so much. No one expected him to come out so strong. They saw him as more like a Tien or Piccolo type, and he came out. He held his own against Goku Super Saiyan Blue in their original fight before, and then comes to the Tournament of Power, knocks out a ton of people, is super smart with the way he does everything, saves Vegeta and Goku several times, and then in the end wins. Like, he was in characters that are just really out there. Like, you would never see anyone in real life act like them, like Goku, for example, or even cool. So I don't know. Who's your favorite character, Brian?
My favorite character would have to be Jiren. Like, not only because like his pure power just decimates everything, but like his little backstory was pretty cool. Overall, I think the character is pretty cool because like it reminds me of like a Broly type character where it's just someone that's extremely strong. Extremely
when he caught a destructo disc, I was like, oh my gosh.
It was a wrap. I was like,
I could not.
There's no more.
Yeah.
Like, and then seeing like his whole transformation throughout the series, like start from someone that literally cares nothing about anyone, and going to the very end saying like, oh, thank you, to all my friends that helped me, and like for all the hope that they give me, and they trust me to win this, even though he kind of lost. I mean, he was 1 against 3, so it's not that big a deal. But even then, like, seeing him completely overpower everyone, at one point, he was literally meditating in between the match because he said no one there was worth his time, until Goku had entered the Ultra Instinct form again, and then that's when he actually started fighting.
Alright, so I think that pretty much wraps up our talk about Dragon Ball Super. We'll continue with Dragon Ball news in the future. I'm going to talk about some news right now. To start off, there is a mobile game for Dragon Ball coming out soon. I forget what it's called, but I do remember they released some images, and you can see the Saiyan in a different type of armor. And they released the name of the Saiyan, and his name, I believe, is Shalat. I think that's how you pronounce it, which is going with the common theme of Saiyans being named after vegetables.
Dragon Ball Legends?
I think that's the name. Let me see a picture of that, Tyler.
Okay.
If you don't know, the Saiyans, yeah, I think it's Dragon Ball Legends. The Saiyans are named after vegetables, and like Kakarot is carrot, and Broly, broccoli. But Shalat is a type of onion, I believe, so.
What does it mean?
So there's news there, and then with Dragon Ball FighterZ, the video game, Bardock and Broly were just released as the first DLC characters. I played with them; they're pretty fun to use. With Dragon Ball FighterZ, there was a leak, and it's pretty much confirmed which characters are going to be released for the first season of DLC. So turn off the podcast now if you don't want spoilers. So Zamasu Fuse, the Fuse version of Zamasu, is going to be released, as well as Vegito Super Saiyan Blue. After that, normal Goku and normal Vegeta, which is like them when they fought originally, which I think is a little controversial considering we already have
the Super Saiyan
base form. We already have the Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan Blue form of both of these characters.
It defeats the purpose.
And many people say for Goku, there's many versions of Goku already in the game, with Goku Black, now Bardock, and we're adding another version of Goku. There's even a streamer out there who plays as Android 16 and has a running joke that every time he kills a Goku, like he defeats a Goku in a match, I think the Goku kill counter goes up, because it's ridiculous of how many Gokus there are in the game. And then finally, Android 17, but the Android 17 from Super will be added, as well as Cooler, and we're not sure which form of Cooler.
It has to be Final Form Cooler.
I think it is Final Form Cooler.
They had it in like Metal Cooler.
Oh, no.
Well, they could have base form, and then he could transform into his final form in the middle of the match.
That's true. Kind of like how they have base form Frieza
and then Golden Frieza. Yeah, and then so hopefully for season 2 they'll add the Dragon Ball Super characters. Everyone's hoping for Jiren. That'd be amazing in the game, as well as Kefla. And yeah. Alright, so that's pretty much everything we have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. Before we wrap up, I just want to apologize for the coughing you may have heard. Our producer is sick at the moment. And speaking of our producer, I want to thank him right now, because this wouldn't be able to happen without him. There he is.
Shut up.
Thank you, Austin.
Heard that. All right, remember to tune in next Saturday.
If you're going to die, just do it.
As well as follow us on Twitter at 7 Studio Ave. Visit our website at 7studioave.weebly.com and subscribe to our mailing list. We'll see you guys next time.
This is us signing off. We'll see you.
He's so corny. Bye.